Well, good morning, YouTube. All right, guys, in today's adventure, totally unplanned, I was out running errands, and Joe, the property owner, he was over here burning a giant brush pile that we've had stacked up over there. We still got another one right here, but that one was probably 10 or 12 times the size. Well, anyway, he started the fire yesterday, and as things were burning down, he's been using this dozer right here to keep pushing stuff towards the center. Well, the dozer sprung a leak. We got a bad hose, so he rolled it over here to the shop and gave me a call. I was actually on my way here from in town anyways, and I looked real quick. It's pretty easy to see the hose, so we're going to take it off, see if we can't get Napa to build us a new one, put it back on, get this machine back in service as quick as possible. So right here, this is the hose that is burst, and it runs to this hydraulic right here, which is for the angle of the dozer blade. Now, this is an older Komatsu D31. Now, I have never worked on this machine before, or any bulldozer actually, but it's a hose replacement. It should be pretty simple. 15/16 broke this side loose. Now I've got to crawl underneath and break the other end of the hose loose. It's down here behind this cover. And you can't reach it from this side, so I got to crawl underneath. And unfortunately, there's hydraulic fluid down there, so grab the piece of cardboard. Hopefully I can keep the hydraulic fluid from soaking into my clothing. Yeah, you can see there's quite the puddle of hydraulic fluid. And the fitting we've got to get to is, well, it's up in there. I can't even see it from here until I get further under. All right, now that we're down here, I get a better view. It's one of those lines. I got to figure out which one it is. Probably the one that's actually got fluid dripping off of it. Luckily, the fittings are unscrewing very easily. There we go. Now I'll go back up top and finish it. And there we go. All right, got the new hose. And we had to grab a couple buckets of fluid. Now, truth is, we don't know how much fluid we lost. I don't know how much fluid the unit holds. So we're grabbing 10 gallons and we're gonna hope that that's what we need, if that. All right, back out of the shop with our one wrench and our new hose. And we're gonna put this back on. It should be really quick. Now, I put a piece of paper towel on the one end that I have to fish down. That way I don't jab it into any mud or dirt or something and get contaminants in there. I'm gonna fish it through from the top. I'm gonna start the threads on our fitting up here, but not tighten them all the way. But that way it keeps it from falling through or out of the tractor. Dozer, whatever you wanna call it. Dozers are tractors, just in different forms. And then I'll crawl underneath, hook up the other end. And if everything looks good, tighten it all up. And you can see how much mud and gunk is in here. So that's why I put that paper towel in there, so that as I try to fish it through here, I can keep it somewhat clean. All right. Well, I'm gonna need two hands to get that started, I think. Well, maybe not. There we go. I got it. No, I don't. Look at that. I was wrong. All right, down here on the bottom, see, another good reason. Put that paper towel in there because I didn't stuck it right in the mud on that track. We got to get it up there and get it attached. All right, hopefully that does it. It's in. Now I just got to see if I can figure out how to start the thing and check it for leaks. I don't see a leak. Nothing in idle anyway, so we're going to actuate the steering of that blade and see if putting pressure on it changes anything. You can see the lines torquing. So we're definitely applying pressure, especially when we go back the other way. Alright, double check our fittings. Alright, well, so far, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to shut the thing off. Figure that out. All right, guys, I figured it out. Shut it off. Just gonna push that forward. You let go, it returns to an idle position. All right, so now I just want to figure out where the hydraulic reservoir is so I can check it. This side I've verified is diesel fuel. I'm assuming the hydraulic will be on the other side. Maybe behind this door. Bolted him. I have to get some tools. All right, well, I opened up that door and well, no hydraulic tank. There's batteries, hydraulic filter. You can see the hydraulic manifold, like a return line, filter line, but no tank or dipstick. But I think I see it underneath that cover right there. Looks like I gotta undo that little butterfly. All right, maybe we found it. Well, mistaken again. This actually looks like the radiator, or at least the coolant overflow. Doesn't look so healthy in there. But that's definitely a radiator cap, not a hydraulic cap. Well, I don't know, because there's a radiator cap under the hood. Maybe that is hydraulic back there. All right, so I realize that I may look and sound like an idiot right now, not knowing what's what, but like I said at the beginning of this video, I have never worked on a dozer before. Nothing like this. So doing some more deductive reasoning to figure it out, I have verified this is the fuel tank. It smells like diesel fuel, and the diesel fuel is right up here. It's pretty full. Well, there's a sight window here, which at first I thought might have been for this as the diesel fuel tank, but there's clearly a split, and that cap goes into this split. So I'm thinking this is the hydraulic tank, and it definitely looks low and yucky in there, just like what it looked like in there. So this thing may really need a hydraulic fluid flush on it, but it's low. So, or I'm gonna take a rod or a stick of some sort, stick it down in there, see if I can kind of verify that it's hydraulic fluid. And if so, I will fill it up until I see it in the window here. And hopefully we'll do it right. Well, you can see that it's pretty crusty looking in that window. And that right there that you're seeing is not the oil level. That's just crust that's built up in there. But what we looked at inside on the top didn't look very good either. All right, so I found a piece of old copper tubing. I'm gonna stick it down in that tank and see what I find. Oh, you know what? It won't let me stick it all the way down in the tank. It only goes that far, but we picked up some crust on the bottom of it already. Look at that. All right, so after tracing hoses that go to and from this tank, I'm pretty confident it is the hydraulic tank. So I'll grab the funnel. We're gonna start filling it up, try to watch the window, and get it to the high side of the window. Guys, well, Joe told me to move it back over there, so apparently I'm learning how to operate a dozer now. Actually pretty tricky to steer, because in order to steer, I've got to pull these levers back, but I got this belly right here. That lever hits the belly. I got to move out of the way and pull it to get it to steer. played with the dozer for a little bit. I pushed the pile in a little bit over here. We kind of can see where I cleared it out and moved it. Pretty neat. New experience for me. See Joe's jumping on the gale now. He's going to start. What he's trying to do is get the stuff that's down in the dirt and pick it up out of the dirt, throw it on top, let the dirt fall back down. With that Gel telehandler, it's definitely a handy machine to have. I don't know if he realizes his tires are just spinning. Looks like he's trying to get that big stump moved into the pile a little bit deeper. I was telling Joe what would be a great idea to do on that telehandler is to put like a heavy duty skid steer quick attach on it so that he could drop the pallet fork rig on it and put a grapple rig on it, that we could literally just reach in and grab stuff, pick it up, and then extend it over and drop it. It'd be a whole lot easier than the forks. It's hard to get a lot of material with just the two fork tines coming out. But having that reach is really nice. Well, he's got a pretty good load that time. The traction's an issue for that thing out there too. It's so muddy, just like my house. Same type of soil, if you can call it that. I need to bring this machine home with me for cutting down those trees that are so close to the building. We got to section them. I know at the store Joe has like the man carrier attachment for that goes on there, and it chains on, and it's got a cage on it so that you can safely hoist a human into the air. And that would come in handy for trying to trim some of them tall branches where you don't want to take down the whole tree, you just want to get the branches that are way up in the air. Or if you got a section tree like we did the other day, Zach wouldn't have had to have been hugging that tree so badly. If we could have got around the other side with something like this, made the cuts, he could have been in a safe place when the top came down. You can see with him stirring stuff up, he's starting to get some pretty good flames over there. Hopefully it'll carry over to this pile here and start burning all that stuff up. He's getting a pretty good bite on that one, getting it all moved up towards the flames. Remember, just a couple minutes ago when he started this, that pile went all the way back to where the machine is now, so he's making some good progress with it. Uh-oh, part of it fell out. Well, he got through smoking himself out over here. Once he got that big stump up there on the top right there, it saw some wet dirt in the roots. Of course, it caused it to smoke. So now he's moving over here, pushing this pile in towards the center as well. Well, that's it. I need to get me a telehandler along with a compact tractor and a skid steer and a mini track hoe. I need a lot. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. It was a very impromptu video. Wasn't the plan today, but it's just what I was doing today. But it's Valentine's Day, so I'm closing things up. It's a little bit after 3. I'm gonna take my wife out to dinner and spend some time with her. If you didn't see the short yesterday on the Halstead Homestead channel, the tires are here for the tractor. I'm waiting on the inner tubes to get here. And then we're gonna try to take the wheels off of that and weld up the wheel, put new tires and tubes in it. But I wanna thank you guys for watching. And until next time I see you, keep those engines running.